I was actually scared to play online at first. The 1v1 with Jonak. Oh my god, I'm suddenly 1v1ing my idol. She hopes to make the fans and her team proud. On NYXL right now, I'm the only rookie. I'm Aniyun. I play flex support for the New York Excelsior. I was born in Los Angeles, and then we moved to New York around 2010.
I was not that familiar with video games before I met my husband, but he enjoyed playing it. His favorite game is Diablo. And yeah, I know my daughter, Aniyun, she enjoys playing games, and she would sit next to him and watch him and stuff.
My dad and I were very close growing up, and I think he was kind of the one who introduced me to gaming, because when I was younger, I used to watch him play Plants vs. Zombies and Diablo 3. The first games I remember playing on the DS were either Mario or Kirby. My mom was basically trying to get me to game when I was younger, because she basically put the DS in my hand and was like, go play. So
I wanted her to try out video gaming because I noticed that when she was young, she was like 2 years old when she started using scissors. So I knew that she had pretty developed fine motor skills. So I thought that I wanted to expose her to using her hands, and gaming was one of them, and art was another thing. And then she tried a gamut of, other like musical instruments and stuff like that. But she really stuck with the gaming and art.
I found Overwatch through a friend. I started playing around season 4. I was actually scared to play online at first because it was my first shooter. I would go into a custom game and just play against bots. So I didn't like it very much back then until I got the courage to finally just play online. And then ever since, that's all I've been playing. I didn't know that this game clicked for me back then. I just enjoyed playing it a lot. Excelsior found me like a very long time ago, actually, in 2018 during the pop-up LAN, the 1v1 with Jonak. Honestly, it was like, I didn't even realize up until like when it happened. I was like, oh my god, I'm suddenly 1v1ing my idol. She was visibly shaking, so I knew she was super nervous, because she's not used to having like all the attention put on her. But it ended up being so fun. Like they would sit at they sat on opposite sides of the table. Then you have all the NYXL players and the coach pavilion on one side, and then Yunny and some of the fans on the other side. And I think I killed him like 2 times maybe. And then after that, I think he started like putting his full power to use his spawn canopy. I'm sure he did not like getting killed by a 14-year-old, It was one of the best events I've ever been to. I don't think anything will top it. I wouldn't say it was close. All the players were on his side, so when I killed him, they were going crazy. I got to meet all the players, actually. It was a very cool experience. And I got to talk to the coach too, who was very supportive of me competing. He's very nice and helpful and gave me tips and stuff. And I think that's where I really started wanting to compete. My ranking at the time of the LAN was High Diamond, Low Master, and currently I'm GM 1, top 500, peak top 5, currently trying to do better. Right now I'm the most comfortable on Anna Kiriko.
We've actually traveled for most of the Overwatch League events too, big ones. Being a big fan of not only NYXL but Overwatch League, we've been to every grand final. We traveled to Los Angeles, up to Burbank, Blizzard Arena to check that out. Yeah, and we went to BlizzCons and saw the Overwatch World Cups. My first real higher tier team is called Sub-Zero, where we got 23rd in OD, Open Division. And I played briefly on a Chinese team, which was a very interesting experience, I'll say. And then after that, I joined an OD team called Shikigami. Through that team, I actually met the manager of a contenders team called Wisp at the grand finals at 12 a.m. at Raising Cane's. And I think through that, it helped me
join my first contenders team. I think that was definitely my favorite team. I have the best memories there, even though I wasn't on that team for a long time. After that, it was calling all heroes, which was another big point. It was my team. We didn't lose a single game. We only lost 1 or 2 maps throughout the whole tournament. That was a very fun experience for me. And it was a very good tournament, really good exposure for everyone of the marginalized genders in the Overwatch community. I've been a part of NYXL since March 1st, officially. On NYXL right now, I'm the only rookie, so everyone else has been an owl at least once before. Being a part of the team has been very nice so far. Everyone's been like really nice to me. It's just been a very fun experience. My favorite experiences so far have been probably the environment of being in a team house with the players and getting to talk to the players and become friends with them. It's been really nice.
I hit with Josie. Yeah, me too.
You know, these are like players that I would idolize in the past, and now like I'm teammates with them, so it's very unreal. I'd say my experience being a female in the path to pro hasn't been much different, because the higher you go, they don't care about your gender or anything, they just care about winning. It really only matters if you're good enough. It wasn't until me joining a contenders team, realizing that I think I'm finally good enough to be playing with the best. I think everyone should get the opportunities and support to get into the world of esports. Aniyun is a big fan of anime and art and cats. She's been a fan of NYXL since she was young, has had a dream to compete at the highest level, and she's very grateful to be given the opportunity to play on her hometown team, and she hopes to make the fans and her team proud. I think I'm very excited to definitely rep my city. I also think it's to take the players to the museums here, because there's so many like famous museums here. It's really great. My mom has always been there with me throughout my journey, so without her, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm very grateful to her. Something that's really important that a lot of people might not realize is, I think, teaching your parents about what esports is and bringing them on board, I think, is very important.
So all the local gamers here call me K-Mom for Korean mom. So this K-Mom is so grateful for this community that has been so supportive, and very, very grateful to NYXL for giving Yani a chance to compete and represent her hometown.
I'd like to thank NYXL for that LAN all the way back. It was just the best experience I've ever had, and there's so many people I met through that LAN that I still talk to this day, so thank you for giving me the opportunity to compete for my hometown team with the best fans in the world.